Why is it so hard for us to get what we want, to change ourselves and our circumstances? Why do we find ourselves stuck in these patterns of behavior and these cycles, these unwanted cycles, these very negative cycles? Why is it so hard to break free from these kinds of things and manifest the kinds of lives that we want for ourselves? And a lot of it comes down to we have limited beliefs about ourselves and about our circumstances. And a lot of that comes from we don't feel that we deserve or are worthy of certain things. Whatever that thing may be, love or a dream job or well-being, peace of mind in our lives. And that's why people find themselves back in circumstances and with people that don't serve them. And I'm guilty of this as well. I mean, this is what I've been trying to change about myself, and go on the internet sometimes and you look around and you see, just kind of how false and how fake most of it is. And it's just a lot of people who are just stuck and who can't get unstuck. And so let's say you're at that place where you're finally like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. I think I'm ready for something better. I think I'm ready for something else in my life. What you have to do is change yourself. You have to it's an alchemical process. I mean, that's the only way you can really do it, because you can't fake this stuff. And because God, the universe, whatever, knows the difference. And, you've got to really believe in yourself. You've got to really believe in the thing that you want. Otherwise, it won't manifest itself. And so in order to start breaking free of these cycles, you've got to build up that belief in yourself, that you're worthy, that you deserve it, that this is what you really want, and that it's okay to have this, that you deserve to have this. And that is an alchemical process of being 100% honest with yourself about who you are, what you've done, what you believe in, and then eliminating all of those negative, blocking things from your life. And it's a process, and you have to identify it. So in the moment, let's say, you're thinking about having that dream job, and then all of those limiting beliefs, all of those negative thoughts and beliefs, I can never do that. It's too hard. I'm not good enough. I'm not talented enough, whatever it is, and, it might be true that, maybe let's say in the instance that, okay, I'm not good enough to get that. Okay, go out and get good enough. Okay, that's an instance you're going to have to now put in the effort and put in the work to get good enough to get that dream job, right? Okay, and lots of people just aren't willing to do that because it takes time and it takes effort, and sometimes it takes years. Sometimes it takes years to acquire the skills and the abilities and whatnot to get good at something. So those are the kinds of things that you have to do to make this happen. So some of the other things, it's just like I don't deserve it. I'm not worthy. You have to alchemize those beliefs in yourself. You have to reverse it. You have to turn that belief of I'm not worthy into I am worthy. And that is a process as well. And it takes time. And it's what you do. This is what I did. This is one of the things that I had to do. Every time that you identify that thought, and when it comes up, that thought or that feeling, you have to make different choices in that moment. Right? It's like when you realize that you're telling yourself, I'm not worthy, you have to start telling yourself, I am worthy, I am worthy, I am worthy, until you alchemize it and you feel it. You feel it in the same way that you're feeling, I'm not worthy, until it becomes just a part of who you are. And that's a process, and it takes time. It's repetition. Really, a lot of it is just very, very basic kind of things about changing habits. It's just repetitively telling yourself until it becomes alchemized and embedded in your system, I'm good enough, I'm worthy, I can do this, I'm capable. We've been programmed with all these limiting beliefs, with all this, there's this, there's a negative bias, there's a negativity bias that's just built into us. Just, there's all sorts of things that are sort of working against us that you have to make the effort to change in yourself. And that's why until you finally get honest with yourself about, who you are and what your beliefs are, and that you're, maybe I'm completely full of shit here. All these things that I've been, I'm not really as positive as I think I am, because there is such a thing as toxic positivity. Toxic positivity is that sort of fake, I'm not going to use any, you can figure it out. It's that fake used car salesman kind of happy, shiny kind of bullshit. It's just, hey, everybody, it's going to be a great day. It's just that cheesy, It's just salesman kind of bullshit, right? It's just kind of shit that blows sunshine up your ass to get you to buy a fucking new car or something, right? Yeah, it has nothing to do with anything other than that. It's just manipulation. It's just pure manipulation, which is, the other thing about our reality, that's just, it's complex. We live in a very complex reality, and so that's why discernment is so important. So, and anyway, you want to change your life, you want to change your circumstances, you want to break out of these cycles, you want to, finally start to change your life. That's where it starts, man. Change your beliefs about yourself, become more positive, develop more positive beliefs about yourself. And again, it's repetition, it's work, it's just doing it, over and over and over and over again until it becomes a part of who you are, until you flip your negative belief about yourself into a positive belief about yourself. That's what alchemy is. It's turning that lead into gold. It's turning that fear of success, or it's that fear of abandonment, or, those feelings of unworthiness, the low self-esteem, whatever it is. You got to work on yourself, man. It's kind of the way it is, It doesn't come easy. I've been at this stuff for a long fucking time. I really have. And it's a process, and I just don't want to return to the same old shit. And that's why I keep at it. I fail, and I pick myself up. I keep moving forward. It's like, no, fuck it, man. I'm not going to let these fucking people who don't care about me, tell me, who I am and, how I feel, and any of that kind of bullshit, any of that kind of manipulative bullshit that people, you don't really feel that way. I mean, that's gaslighting bullshit. Yes, I know, I really do feel that. I know how I feel. I know what I feel. Don't tell me what I fucking feel, And don't let anybody do that to you. Don't let any fucking asshole try to manipulate you in that kind of a way. That, oh no, you don't really feel that way. Oh, really? Okay, well, thanks so much for trying to fucking, fuck with my head. There's just a lot of that goes on in our world. We just got a lot of people who just sort of instinctively fuck with other people's heads. Sometimes it's not even that their motives are pure or impure or bad. That's just what they do. It's a bad habit that they have, to try to, fuck with people's heads, because they don't want to own up to any of their own bullshit. Is really what a lot of it comes down to. So, anyway, so there you go. I mean, you want to change your life. You want to get unstuck. That's how to get unstuck, is to start with that. And here's the other part of it too. You got to figure this stuff out for your own. It's one of the reasons why I don't really tell people or come out and kind of make talk about this kind of stuff, because everybody has to figure this stuff out for themselves. I've always tried to sort of, I don't know, drop breadcrumbs, if you will. This is a little bit more specific, but you got to figure this stuff out for yourself. That is the spiritual path. The true spiritual path is the individual path. It's you finding out for yourself. It's a mystical experience, because the mystics are all about having a first-hand experience with the other side. And so it's developing that for yourself. It's just learning, it's observation, and it's learning. It's like, did that really happen? Did I really do that? It's that kind of stuff. It's capturing those moments, because it's elusive. So many things are very elusive in our world, these mental kinds of things. And you have to sort of in that moment go, catch it and go, wait a second, what is this? What's happening here? Did I really just manifest? Did that really just happen? Did I think about that person and they called? Those kinds of things, right? Those kind of really simple kinds of things, and instead of just, it's just coincidence. Oh, it's, doesn't mean anything. It's realizing it's coming to these, and people will say that that's delusional, that, I'm delusional. Believe me, I've got a it's consciousness, man. And once you start expanding your consciousness, you just start seeing reality in a very different way. And it all starts to unfold in a much different way. And unfortunately, I mean, I hate to say it to you. Well, actually, I really don't. I mean, but many of you have very, very limited beliefs about your reality, about yourselves. And somebody like me comes along who just doesn't even fucking belong here. I look like a crazy person, but I'm not. I'm like one of the more lucid people you'll ever meet. So anyway, there you go, man. You want to get unstuck, man. You got to start changing your beliefs about yourself.